It looks like Halle Berry is definitely on Team Kendrick, which isn't too surprising given her history with Drake. She's one of the few celebrities who has openly called out Drake for being weird, and it seems her stance hasn't changed. Drake has been under fire recently, particularly with accusations of being creepy, and much of the heat seems to be thanks to Kendrick Lamar. Fans have unearthed some shocking details about Drake's past interactions with Halle Berry and are now convinced he may have been stalking her. So is Drake secretly in love with Halle Berry? Let's dive into it. The situation between Berry and Drake dates back a few years when he used a photo of her as cover art for his album, even after she had told him no. If you followed Drake from his early career, you'll know he had a major obsession with Halle Berry, often gushing about her in interviews. While having a crush is one thing, Drake's behavior started to cross into creepy territory. For instance, when Halle was pregnant, he actually remarked that it was a shame she wasn't available because he'd definitely be with her if she were. It seems Drake has had a long-standing fixation on Halle Berry, but she's clearly moved on.
I have a fixation with Halle Berry, but she's already
I do. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Would you really have, like, let's say she wasn't.
Yeah.
Would you seriously consider
Like being with her?
Yeah.
100%.
Seriously, Drake, have some decorum. Naturally, Halle Berry wasn't having any of it. Instead of taking the rejection with grace, Drake went full insult, publicly shading her. And this isn't an isolated incident. Drake has a history of this petty behavior. He's done it with Rihanna, Serena Williams, Megan Thee Stallion, name a name, and he's probably had a public fallout with them. Drake will initially shower these women with compliments and praise, but when they turn him down, he does a complete 180 and starts hating on them and their partners. We've seen this pattern time and time again, and it doesn't seem like Drake is changing anytime soon. Just like with other women he's been fixated on, Drake has name-dropped Halle in a couple of songs. For example, on his feature in the Migos' Versace remix, he rapped, "Take a famous girl out where there's no paparazzi. I'm trying to give Halle Berry a baby and no one can stop me." Yeah, that's definitely creepy. While it's true that other rappers have mentioned Halle in their songs, often in a flirty but respectful manner, Drake took it to another level. Despite Halle ignoring him for over a decade, you'd think he'd get the hint and move on, right? But that's not Drake's style. He continued to be messy toward Halle, and things escalated last year when he released his first collaboration with SZA called Slime You Out from his album Asterisk for All the Dogs Asterisk. The single cover featured a throwback photo of Halle Berry getting slimed at the 2012 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Before we dive into why Halle was so offended, let's address a wild conspiracy theory circulating online. Some people believe that Nickelodeon's slime gag is actually a secret humiliation ritual, symbolizing something gross and degrading. Given Nickelodeon's sketchy vibes from past controversies, this theory makes the slime image seem much darker. When Drake used that cover art for his single, fans were outraged. They called him a weirdo and reminded everyone of his creepy lyrics about wanting to have a baby with Halle. Halle herself was furious and shaded Drake with a cryptic Instagram message. "Sometimes you have to be the bigger person, even if you're a woman." When fans questioned her about Drake using her image, Halle replied, "Didn't get my permission. That's not cool. I thought better of him. Hence my post today, when people you admire disappoint you, you have to be the bigger person and move on." But it didn't stop there. Drake's fans, as always, rallied to his defense. They went off, dragging Halle Berry by claiming that since the photo was from Getty, Drake didn't need her approval to use it. However, Halle isn't the type to let people bully her without setting the record straight. She quickly clarified that she had been upset because Drake had indeed asked for her permission, which she had denied due to discomfort with the use of the photo. Despite the slime's shady history, Drake brushed off her refusal and used the image anyway. One fan wrote, "While I do understand your side, that photo is owned by Getty Images, so I'm sure he got their permission and paid the fee. Why you mad?" And Halle replied, "Cause he asked me and I said no, that's why I ask if you intend to do what you want to do. That was the F you to me, not cool, you get it?" Drake ignoring a woman's no isn't surprising, especially given Kendrick's criticism of him. Many people miss the point that Halle wasn't claiming it was illegal or that she owned the photos. If that were the case, her lawyers would have stepped in. What she was really calling out was the disrespect and oddness of Drake using the photo after he had specifically asked for her permission and been turned down. If this had been a one-time mistake and Drake had apologized, maybe we could have moved on by now. But let's be honest, Drake has a notorious reputation for being creepy and disrespectful towards the women he once fawned over. This isn't just an isolated slip-up, it's part of a troubling pattern. Drake has been accused multiple times of being a creep, and while there's no hard evidence of Kendrick's claims about Drake being a PDF foul, it's clear that Drake has a history of not respecting women, especially those who turn down his advances. Just look at how he treated Rihanna. For years, he was obsessed with her, constantly praising her, calling her the best thing to ever happen to him, and endlessly admiring her. But when Rihanna made it clear she wasn't interested in him, he switched gears and began throwing shade at her, her new man, and even their kids. Drake's jealousy is so obvious, so it's no wonder he pulled the same stunt with Hal. Fans commented, "Drake has always come across as entitled and really struggles to accept it when women reject him asking Halle Berry for permission, and he used her photo anyway. I just know that man has allegations on his name on top of the pending groomer." As a PDF file once, I wanted to be known that Drake asked HalleBerry for her consent for something, and she said no, and he did it anyway, and Drake is so annoying he puts out this fake "I love and honor black women," but it's always weirdo behavior like telling Rihanna he loves her on stage at an award show, getting a huge tattoo of Shade's face, and now using this pic of Halle Berry. Like, stop. Wow, this is seriously embarrassing for Drake. What do you all think? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to check out the next video.